Dear students, this particular class I am going to discuss about auxiliary circle. What is an auxiliary circle? You see, this is an ellipse. You know, ellipse has two foci. So let us say one focus is AE comma 0 is one focus. The other focus is S dash minus AE comma 0. Now at a point, this is the tangent drawn. Okay, so from this tangent, from this focus onto any tangent, this foot of the perpendicular, the locus of the foot of the perpendicular from a point x1, from a focus onto this tangent, this point locus is a circle. That circle is called auxiliary circle. Just we'll try to discuss. So you know this tangent equation in slope form as y is equal to mx plus or minus square root of a square m square plus b square. That is the equation of tangent in slope form. No doubt this point, this tangent is passing through the point x1 y1. So substitute there, then we will get y1 minus mx1 is equals to plus or minus square root of a square m square plus b square we will get. The tangent is passing through a point x1 y1, that's why this is the information we got. This we can write it as y1 square plus m square into x1 square minus 2m into x1 y1 is equals to a square m square plus b square. Now as we know, this line slope is equals to m. Tangent slope is m. Now what is the slope of this line? Then this line slope is equals to minus 1 by m. Actually what is the slope? Slope is nothing but y1 divided by x1 plus ae is the slope of this line. But the line slope must be equal to minus 1 by m. So now the cross multiplication you will get my1 is equals to minus x1 minus ae. So the same we can write it as my1 plus x1 is equals to minus ae. Now squaring on both sides, what we will get? Squaring on both sides you will get m square y1 square plus x1 square plus 2m into x1 y1 is equals to a square into e square. Squaring on both sides. Now this is the information we got in the earlier case and this is the information we got in the present case. Now we have to find out the locus of the point x1 y1. Now add these two equations. When we are adding these two equations, 2m x1 y1 2m x1 y1 cancel. At the same time, you know, b square can be written as a square into 1 minus e square. That is ellipse condition in first case. Now from this we can write b square is equal to a square minus a square e square. Right? So in place of b square, if you are writing a square minus a square e square, then what happens? This is a square minus a square e square. Now here a square is square, here a square is square also cancel. Then we are getting 1 plus m square into y1 square. Next again 1 plus m square into x1 square is equals to 1 plus m square into a square. Because here a square m square plus a square, that's why 1 plus m square into a square. Throughout the equation 1 plus m square cancel, we are getting x1 square plus y1 square is equal to a square. Now the locus of a point x1 y1 is given by x square plus y square is equal to a square, which is a circle whose center coincide with the center of an ellipse. Radius is equals to a. Whether you observed or not, what is the radius of the auxiliary circle we got? The radius of the auxiliary circle what we got now is nothing but semi-major axis, right? So for an ellipse, this is an ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1. X square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1 when a greater than b. No doubt center is equals to 0 comma 0. Focus AE comma 0 is 1 focus, and this is the vertex, that is nothing but a comma 0, and this is another vertex, let us say that is a dash minus a comma 0. Now we got the auxiliary circle equation as x square plus y square is equal to a square. So this is the auxiliary circle equation we got, which is circumscribing almost the ellipse, because for this circle radius is nothing but semi-major axis, right? Now here my corresponding is, there is a point here I am considering. Let us say that point is P. Now from this point P, a line is drawn perpendicularly onto the x-axis. Let us say that one has some M. Now the same point, corresponding point on circle I am taking. Let us say this point is P dash. I hope so everyone know, when the circle equation is x square plus y square is equal to a square. X square plus y square is equal to a square is a circle equation. X is equal to a cos theta and y is equals to a sin theta. So these are the parametric equations of a circle. So that's why I can take any point on the circle as a cos theta comma a sin theta. So these are the parametric equations of a circle. Now what about this particular point? Now this point x coordinate is also same, a cos theta, right? Because this point x coordinate is a cos theta, means here also x coordinate is a cos theta. For the point M also x coordinate is a cos theta. Let us say y coordinate is equals to y1. So that point lie on ellipse. X square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1. Now in place of x I am substituting a cos theta. Then what happens? A square cos square theta divided by a square plus y1 square divided by b square is equals to 1. Therefore we are getting y1 square by b square is equals to 1 minus cos square theta, that is equals to sin square theta. Therefore we are getting y1 is equals to b sin theta plus or minus. So what is theta here? Because here there is a point a cos theta comma a sin theta, means now this one we are connecting with the center of ellipse and the center of the circle. This angle is equals to theta. When this angle is equals to theta, we will call these points as a cos theta comma a sin theta. Right here x coordinate we already got a cos theta. Just now we discussed the y coordinate, we got b sin theta. So x is equal to a cos theta and y is equal to b sin theta are the parametric equations of an ellipse. So x is equal to a cos theta and y is equals to b sin theta. So these are the parametric equations of an ellipse, right? Now actually what is the equation of the chord passing through 2 points px1 y1? As we discussed, s1 plus s2 is equal to s12. Now what I am doing here is, here there is a point P, let us say that is alpha, and here there is a point Q, let us say that is beta. And what is the meaning of alpha? Now I am taking parametric points. So this point is a cos alpha comma b sin alpha, whereas this point is a cos beta comma b sin beta. Then what is the equation of the chord passing through these 2 points? Yes, this point is a cos alpha comma b sin alpha and this is a cos beta comma b sin beta. Definitely we can find out the line equation. You will get the line equation in this form: x by a into cos alpha plus beta by 2. You can apply s1 plus s2 is equal to s12, or otherwise you can apply this one also, y minus y1 y minus y1 is equal to slope into x minus x1. So whether you can proceed like this or s1 plus s2 is equal to s12 also, you will get the equation of the chord. How we will get that chord equation? I am writing x by a into cos alpha plus beta by 2, y by b into sin alpha plus beta by 2 is equals to cos alpha minus beta by 2. So that is the equation of the chord passing through 2 points p alpha comma q beta. That means a cos alpha comma b sin alpha, a cos beta comma b sin beta. Now you can see if alpha is equals to beta, alpha and beta coincide. That means this q approaches to p, the chord becomes no doubt tangent. So that's why the equation of tangent at alpha. What about the tangent equation? In place of beta also we have to write alpha. Then you will get x by a into cos alpha plus y by b into sin alpha is equals to, in place of beta we are writing alpha, cos 0 is equals to 1. Otherwise you can do like this also. We already know x1 by a square plus y1 by b square is equals to 1 is the equation of tangent at a point x1 y1. Now in place of x1 we have to write a cos theta or a cos alpha. y1 is equal to b sin theta or you can write b sin alpha also. Then what happens? In place of x1 we are writing a cos theta, a cancel. Then we will get x cos theta divided by a plus y sin theta divided by b is equals to 1. So this is the equation of the tangent to an ellipse at theta. If it is theta, then you will get theta. If it is alpha, you will get alpha. Right? So this is the parametric equation of a tangent. Now here, as we know, the equation of normal. What is the equation of the normal? The equation of the normal at a point x1 y1 is a square x divided by x1 minus b square y divided by y1 is equal to a square minus b square. Now I can write this one as a square x divided by x1 is nothing but a cos theta minus b square y divided by y1 is nothing but b sin theta is equals to a square minus b square. Now this simplification we can write as ax divided by cos theta minus by divided by sin theta is equals to a square minus b square. So this is the equation of the normal in parametric form. Now you can observe here what I am doing. Ax divided by cos theta we can write it as 1 minus a tan square theta by 1 plus a tan square theta minus by divided by sin theta can be written as 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus a tan square theta is equals to a square minus b square, where t is equals to tan theta by 2. Right? Now this simplification you will get ax into 1 plus a t square divided by 1 minus a t square minus by into 1 plus a t square divided by 2t is equals to a square minus b square. Whether you observed or not, this total simplification here t square and you are multiplying t square, this total simplification you will get a 4th degree equation. But 4th degree equation has how many roots? 4 roots. That's why we can say if there is a ellipse, somewhere here there is a point h comma k. Through this point h comma k, the maximum number of normals can be drawn is equal to 4 normals, because we are getting a 4th degree equation. 4th degree equation has 4 roots. That's why t values 4 means theta values 4. So that's why here this is one normal and this is another normal. Maybe this is one more normal, this is another normal. So let us say this point as alpha and this point as beta and this as gamma and this point is equals to delta. So these points are called as feet of the normals, because through this point h comma k we are drawing the normals, where this normal meets the conic. So these points are called feet of the normals, or called this one as co-normal points. Now this alpha, beta, gamma, delta are the co-normal points. Then alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta, you will get 2n plus 1 into pi. So multiples of pi you will get nothing here. Tan alpha by 2, beta by 2, gamma by 2, delta by 2 value we will find out, you will get infinity. So that means whenever we are getting tan of alpha by 2 plus beta by 2 plus gamma by 2 plus delta by 2 value is tending to infinity, means it is multiples of pi by 2. Alpha by 2 plus beta by 2 plus gamma by 2 plus delta by 2, you will get multiples, odd multiples of pi by 2. That's why 2 cancel both sides. Alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta is equals to odd multiples of pi. So that is about the discussion of parametric equation of a normal, number of normals to an ellipse, and what about the sum of the eccentric angle. That theta is called the eccentric angle. As we discussed, x by a into cos alpha plus beta by 2 plus y by b into sin alpha plus beta by 2 is equals to cos alpha minus beta by 2. So that is the equation of the chord. Suppose this chord is a focal chord. If this chord is a focal chord, means what happens? It has to pass through AE comma 0. So that's why E into cos alpha plus beta by 2 is equals to cos alpha minus beta divided by 2. Because focal chord, it has to pass to the focus. That's why in place of x we are writing AE, and in place of y we are writing 0. Now from this I can write E is equals to cos alpha minus beta by 2 divided by cos alpha plus beta divided by 2, that is E. Now if this one has E by 1, if you apply componendo dividendo, what happens? E plus 1 divided by E minus 1 is equals to cos alpha minus beta by 2 plus cos alpha plus beta by 2 divided by cos alpha minus beta by 2 minus cos alpha plus beta divided by 2. So as you know, cos a plus b plus cos a minus b is 2 cos a cos b, that is equals to 2 times cos alpha by 2 into cos beta by 2 divided by, here cos a minus b minus cos a plus b, you will get 2 times sin alpha by 2 into sin beta by 2. So from this it is better to remember this result, tan alpha by 2 into tan beta by 2. Tan alpha by 2 into tan beta by 2 will get E minus 1 divided by E plus 1. So when the chord passing through alpha beta, this is the focal chord. When it is a focal chord, we can use the relation tan alpha by 2 into tan beta by 2 is equal to E minus 1 divided by E plus 1. Now we discussed in case of ellipse what is an auxiliary circle, and then we discussed about eccentric angle. Theta is called the eccentric angle. We are writing alpha, means alpha is called the eccentric angle. But now what about in case of hyperbola? Yes, in case of hyperbola also we will get auxiliary circle. Now this is same auxiliary circle, x square plus y square is equal to a square. For hyperbola, x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to x square by a square minus y square by b square is equals to 1. For this hyperbola, the equation of auxiliary circle is x square plus y square is equal to a square. Now center is the same as the center of the hyperbola. Now here what I am doing is a point I am taking here P, x1 comma y1 is a point on the hyperbola. From that point Px1 y1, a line is drawn perpendicularly onto the x-axis. Let us say that is M. So now from this point M a tangent is drawn to the auxiliary circle. Now this is the tangent drawn to the auxiliary circle, right? So automatically this becomes the normal. Now I am taking this one as theta, and this is the radius of the auxiliary circle, that is equals to a. So now can you say what about this particular OM? From the diagram we can say OM is equal to x1, because here there is a point x1 y1, means OM is nothing but x1. Now from the diagram can you say what is cos theta? Cos theta is equals to a divided by x1, and therefore we are getting x1 is equal to a into secant theta. So x1 is equal to a secant theta. Substitute in this hyperbola equation in place of x1 a secant theta, then you will get y1 is equal to b tan theta. So that's why x1 is equal to a secant theta, y1 is equals to b tan theta. That's why the parametric equations of hyperbola we will take a secant theta comma b tan theta. These are the parametric equations of hyperbola. So auxiliary circle we got x square plus y square is equal to a square, and the parametric equations to the hyperbola are x is equal to a secant theta and y is equals to b tan theta. What is theta? No, this is theta linked with the parametric equations. Now here also we can discuss what about the equation of tangent and normal. As you know, x into x1 divided by a square plus y into y1 divided by b square minus 1 is equal to 0 is the equation of tangent. At x1 y1 we have read a secant theta comma b tan theta, then we will get x secant theta divided by a plus y tan theta divided by b minus 1 is equals to 0 is the equation of tangent. At the same time you know the equation of the normal, a square x by x1 plus b square y by y1 is equals to a square plus b square, that is the equation of the normal at a point x1 y1. Now the point x1 y1 we are taking in parametric form, that's why x1 is equal to a secant theta, y1 is equals to b tan theta, then what we will get ax divided by secant theta plus by divided by tan theta is equals to a square plus b square. So that is the equation of normal in parametric form. Okay, next class we are going to discuss a few more ideas. Okay, bye bye.